It's time to welcome my next guest, which is the lovely Jenni Trent Hughes, Big Brother commentator and life coach as well. Jenni, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Very well, lovely to have you on the show again.
Lovely to be here.
Now, we're looking at this new research which reveals that women will spend more than 21 years of their life running around after other people, but just really get 3 years of me time. Were you surprised at that?
Yes, actually. It's one of those interesting things about statistics, is that when you put it into terms that we all understand, then all of a sudden you get the impact of it. And 21 years is a heck of a lot of time. Now, yes, we do like doing a bit of that running around, but if maybe we could have, I don't know, maybe 10 years of that to ourselves, that might be no bad thing.
Yeah. I mean, what are they doing generally? I suppose running errands and things like that, I assume some of the
We're
items.
washing, ironing, cooking, cleaning, fetching, carrying, We're answering, we're helping people with their problems, be that finishing the science project, to where's my other trainer, to I'm going out of town on business and I need some extra shirts ironed, and a lot of that is our responsibility. So please understand, we're not trying to shirk our responsibilities. We're just, I went around the UK with the people from Radox talking to women, finding out exactly what they were spending their time doing.
Right.
And part of it was, how much time are you spending on yourself? And it was basically pretty much a resounding none, And we're starting to see the results of that, because if you do that long enough, then all of a sudden you start, erupting like a volcano all over everyone around you.
What about some tips then, Jenni, for people to say for a moment, right, hold on, I want to do something for me today? What's your best sort of tips for that?
Well, one thing is to encourage women to be just a little bit selfish, because you'll find that actually if you're calmer and happier, then everyone else around you is calmer and happier as well. And you're also much more effective. So, little things like, always remember that your family wants you to be happy. Don't waste time feeling guilty. Plan ahead when you have to do things. So, for example, Christmas presents. I buy most of my Christmas presents throughout the year because I always know who I'm going to need gifts for. And so I buy them and I put them in little plastic bags with the person's name on it and stick it in a box. And then in November, I pull the box down and most of my presents are done. There's a little bag, Leighton, Wales.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
It's all set. Also, share the load. I think that's where a lot of us women go terribly wrong, is that we feel that we're doing our children a favor by not having them do any chores. And what we're doing is raising generations of people who can't make a cup of tea for themselves while we're slaving away. And also schedule time for yourself, even if it's only 5 minutes a day initially, which 5 minutes a day you think, well, 5 minutes is nothing, I might as well not do it. But it's actually about valuing yourself enough to make a time commitment to yourself.
Well, what about you though, Jenni, as far as me time goes? What do you normally generally do?
I have to say that I have always been a big fan of the bath, because I always felt that was the only legitimate thing that I could say. That I was, okay, well, I have to be clean now. You have to watch him because I need to take a bath. And actually, I when time, I've had days when I've taken like 3 baths in a day. Because that calms me down. I'm also actually a huge fan on, because I'm not particularly a drinker. So instead of wine, I'll take out the knitting, or the crocheting, and that kind of stuff is good for me.
And the thing is, these days, women do seem to be rushed off their feet. Some people are looking after the family, plus they're keeping a full-time job going as well, aren't they?
Absolutely. And that's why, it all involves making a plan and realizing that the quote, ideal woman is not what it used to be, where, you had your hair all done and you had an apron on, and when the kids came home from school, you were there with sort of like a tray full of biscuits hot from the oven. It's not about that anymore. And so, a house is a home is a family, which is a group of people living together with sort of similar goals. And that means everybody chips in, you know. My 3-year-old used to bring the post in, and I now have a 14-year-old who cooks dinner, does laundry, makes the bed, you know.
You've got them trained, Jenny?
I yes, certainly do.
I was just thinking as well, I mean, if people are not having enough me time, maybe getting short-tempered, could this put pressure on relationships as well and family?
Absolutely. It puts terrible pressure on it. And, you know, it really is like a volcano erupting everywhere. And then the problem is the children go off to uni or work or wherever it is that they go. And then you have two strangers left in a house together who really haven't connected with each other in years, have forgotten who they originally fell in love with. And so it's really important that, you know, that you look, nobody ever died from too much dust.
No.
You know, basically. And people would rather see a smile in your face than see their own reflection in the kitchen floor. And we need to realize that our role as women has moved on from that, and it's more complex now, and there's lots of different aspects to it other than just running the perfect home. That is no longer the sign of, you know, a successful woman.
Great advice, Jenny. And I was just thinking to myself, for all the ladies listening, make some me time, share the load, do a bit of planning ahead, and it hasn't got to be all work and no play, has it?
No. And if they, after 5 o'clock today, they can go to be-selfish.co.uk, and there'll be more tips there.
Fantastic. Jenny, lovely speaking to you as always. Thank you very much.
Here.
Thank you.